There's a lot of people very familiar with the Metal Slug world. I am not one of those people, but they're coming out with Metal Slug Tactics, and I want to check this out. So here we are, Metal Slug Tactics. I'll have a link down below if you want to check it out for yourself. It's out now, when you see this. After escaping justice once again, General Donald Morden had freed his old friends from the rebel army and declared martial law in Sirocco City, now the base for his latest erratic attempts at conquest. With thousands held hostage by the regime, the world government sends the only team hot-headed and irresponsible enough to match a Morden blow for blow. Okay.
Get ready. Mission start.
I'm expecting over-the-top action. Okay, we can move the camera W, A, S, and D, like that. Right-click to close. This is Marco, one of your units. Select him by clicking or pressing F1. Okay, cool. Keywords are used to explain some of the game's concepts. Hover your mouse over them, and then there's like a nested little sequence here. I like that a lot. Here's your character actions and moves. Each character has one of each per turn. Using an action before moving will also consume the character's move. Okay, so this is kind of XCOM adjacent. You move and then you shoot, or you just shoot, and that's about it in most circumstances. This is movement range. Move Marco here. Okay. Pretty shabby for a barricade. Your pistol should be enough to destroy it. Here's Marco's weapons. We've got a handgun here. You can click on it or press 1. And then certain elements in the environment are destructible. Click on this obstacle to attack and destroy it. So it's got... we have enough damage to get through this. Okay, cool. Cool. Then we end our turn. Straightforward enough so far. There looks like there's a speed thing in the bottom right if we wanted to, but we're good. Okay, F1. Move Marco here. Now there's some things happening here. You can see when I'm hovering, it's like a +4. There's like a shield. There's... I don't know what that means yet, but let's find out. Hover over this enemy with the mouse. Undoing a move. Marco cannot take on both Deadeyes at once. You can see on the right there, 5 HP on this guy. Damage of 4. I assume that is some representation of his range on that grid. And physical ammo. That's interesting. Undo your move by clicking this button. Okay, cool. Undone. Time is of the essence. Flip that switch to unload that crane. Oh, cool. There's environmental stuff. That I like. Click on elements adjacent to the current unit to interact with them. Interacting does not consume an action, but will prevent you from undoing previous moves. So once you interact, you're committed to that position. Use this switch, then select the impact zone to make the crane collapse. Oh, cool. I think, yeah, that's probably enough damage. Click here to end your turn. Some units still have an action or movement point because we didn't do technically an action. Are you sure you want to end the turn? Cool. Yeah, let's go. Now, what does all that other stuff mean? Oh, it's adrenaline. Cherubia tank is well armed. Okay, let's select him here. Moving over long distances generates resources. Always try to move to the darkest colored tiles in your movement range. Okay. Oh, so the shield is dodge. It reduces all damage sustained by the character, cannot itself be reduced. The further you move from your starting point, the more of this resource you generate. Okay, so that dodge is that's important. Metal Slug Tactics revolves around movement. The further you move, the more resistant you are. Generating dodge must be at the core of every one of your strategies. Accumulating the dodge offered by great movements and covers can nullify all damage from most enemies. Capitalize on passives and special actions, allowing you to gain bonus actions and bonus movements to build efficient offensive strategies. Remember, we always run and gun. This is much different than the way I would play XCOM, for example. Here is Marco's special weapon. Each character has one. Special weapons are more powerful than primary weapons, but are limited in max ammo, which can be recharged after some missions. Select it or click on it by pressing 2. Shoot the Grenadier by clicking on him. Okay, so this shows our range here. Now, if I'm hovering on this, I'm looking at that grid. I'm not totally following that grid just yet, but I'm sure that'll get explained at some point. So far, there's not like a percentage to hit or anything that I'm seeing. So I took 2 there. So I'm at 8 on 10. Adrenaline points are used only to perform special actions. The Cerubia is finally in range. Move him here to take cover. Okay, so select him. Move him here. Okay, so this is your cover. It's subtracted from all incoming damage no matter which direction the character's attacked from. Okay. That's neat. Cover is only provided by certain elements of the environment highlighted in blue tiles. Some weapons and enemies with no cover ignore cover. Some weapons and enemies with no cover ignore cover. Huh. Okay. This is your adrenaline. It is generated the same way as dodge. Adrenaline is a resource you need to use special actions. So I have 16 adrenaline here. Okay, yep, I feel you. Confirm the tank's position. I'll send in an airstrike. So we have 2 special abilities. A salvo. It applies Marco Salvo. The unit's next attack using a weapon has +1 hits per attack. And then we have Tactical Strike. Deals 10 HP of damage. This thing is at 10. And it's going to use, I assume this is using, yeah, 11 adrenaline. And so if I look at this... Oh, maybe that means that this is not necessarily range, but that grid is probably saying it's this tile and all the tiles around it. That's kind of the way that I'm interpreting that. We'll see. Okay. So does this mean I have basically 4 damage reduction here? Yeah, I think so. So we have the 2 from the dodge, the 2 from the cover. Getting closer to the ambush site, stay on high alert. So I wonder if we're gonna, like, I'm getting the vibe that we're not necessarily going in to just kill everything. Maybe missions will have different objectives or what have you, but... Okay, meet Ari and Theo. Okay, so we have squad mates. Now we're talking. Select Marco. Select his primary weapon. Trigger your first synchronization by attacking this enemy. Synchronization is when an ally attacks an enemy within range of this unit's primary weapon. The unit attacks the same target with it. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so is this person melee then? Because... Oh no, they're syncing too. Oh, that's really cool. This is going to be all about like comboing and positioning. All of your characters have the synchronization passive. They're automatic attacks. Deal damage to any enemy in range of another allied character's primary weapon to trigger one. That character will also attack the same enemy with the primary weapon. An attack or special action can only trigger other character syncs once per action. Okay, that makes sense. All of your units have passive skills. Knowing them well is key to a winning strategy. In combat, you can check your unit's passive skills. Check a passive skills details to continue. So efficiency. Each time this unit uses a special action with a cost reduced to 0, they gain a bonus action. Okay, with the cost reduced to 0. How does that happen, I wonder? Complete the mission. Here's your final objectives. Finish the mission on your own. You will lose if you can no longer complete the main objective or if all your characters are KO'd. So I gotta kill all enemies here. Okay. Okay. So... I guess the idea will be to try and, like, get these guys relatively together. Because I don't see it. Well, can you move one at a time? Let's check this turn order here. Okay, so that's just enemy turn order. So we all go and then they all go. Interesting. So if I were to like move here, are you able to get like down this side? It looks like it. But we already did that synchronized attack, which tells me that this shouldn't be a sync thing. So the grenade... Yeah, okay, so that is what that means then. I gotcha. So it's going to hit in those other areas. And grenade launcher, kind of similar. Okay. Well, since we already did the action, let's just move here. I don't know if I should be using... So this is 4 damage, this is 2. I need 6. And this, let's see. Range of 4 to 8. Okay, let me undo that too. Because we do want to use that momentum, right? And that movement to get additional... to get the defense and the dodge. The problem is, I guess I can do it here, right? Like, I might as well... I guess this tree is going to count as cover as well. But then I'm wondering if you could have moved there. Okay, let's check this out. So I'm going to move you first. You go here. And then you... This is as far as you can go. But I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to shoot over this. That's the question. Oh, I can. Oh, and this is a thing, it looks like. It's got 2 HP. But I think that's just an object. It's not counting as an explosive of any kind. But I could do this. Oh, and it looks like it will trigger the sync again. Okay, so maybe we switch to the next turn or something. I didn't catch that. When an ally attacks an enemy within range of this unit's primary weapon, the unit attacks the same target with it once per attack. I thought there was something saying it can only happen once per turn, but that's fine. What is this? A nudge. Moves the targeted unit 1 to 3 tiles from its position. Okay, so now that's interesting because his primary attack, because it hits this and the tiles around it, this counts. It doesn't have to be like on this specific tile or somewhere in that range. Man, that is very cool. That makes me wonder though if I should have come down here and taken this shot, because then I think we would have killed both. But that's okay, we're learning. Saying that to make myself feel better. But I'm pretty sure that would have been the optimal way to do that. Mad Bomber. Fire Feels weapon 3 times in a turn. Nothing beats trust and experience. Yeah, I guess that's right. Okay. So I think all that we would have had left here is like, I think that's it. So even though we did an attack, I thought it said earlier that if you use an attack, then you can't move. Each time this unit contributes to an attack leading to at least 1 frag. Oh, they gain a bonus move. Okay, there we go. They gain bounce. For this turn, the unit's movements ignoring elevation differences. Okay, whoa, there's some trickery going on here, and I like it. I think I'm just gonna chill here though. Okay. I assume that because we're tutorializing here, these guys aren't going to be the smartest of the bunch. Okay, so the sync still triggers even though... Okay, I see. So then they gain bounce. During this turn, the unit's movements will ignore differences in elevation. Fair. But we should move you to, like, here, so we get those bonuses. And then we move you somewhere like here. Oh, but see, but then he's got that bomber thing, right? So that's something I need to keep in mind. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, so you're gonna go there. You're gonna go here. This should be a sync. And I could have even brought the other one over to have that as well. And that's realistically what I should have done. But then I wouldn't have been able to really get much done with this extra stuff anyways, I don't think, because this guy's so far away. Now, this shows his attack area, right? Okay. So it says you have a move, and I guess that's only to these positions. Why do you feel so vulnerable? That's a great question. Okay, so we took a little bit there. That's not too bad. So now we want to set up for sinks if possible. Looks like you can get there, which is great. You come down here, which is great. And then you... I do need to move up a little bit. So we'll do that. So that'll trigger your sync, but why won't it trigger yours, I wonder? This is a range of 6. So I'm surprised that doesn't trigger that sync. When an ally attacks an enemy within range of this unit's primary weapon, the unit attacks the same target with it once per attack. Huh. Maybe because it only needed one to kill it? I don't know. I don't know, but I think we have the right idea. Thanks for the rescue, old pal. Hardly a rescue. You just needed a little help starting the fireworks. What comes next in this operation? Oh, this is the perfect hideout to set up our offensive. Call on Theo and I once you're ready to head into the desert. Okay. Select 3 characters. So that's telling me we're gonna get more. This reminds me of like old school arcade, like Street Fighter stuff, you know? Okay. So we see all their abilities. That's cool. Select troops. Is there anything else we can do in here? No. Now we have some difficulties here. Welcome to the army. Default difficulty, basic rewards. Officer cadet, a balanced campaign, more challenging waves of enemies, new advanced enemies, slightly greater credit rewards. Unlocked after completing a run of any length on the previous difficulty setting. Okay, so I don't even have that option. Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Start around with Ari and Marco. We're going to the only place we can, the Argon Palm Desert. Abdul Abbas's infantry has occupied the surrounding rural territories and desert villages. Liberate the area. Enemy response in 3 missions. Lovely to see you as always, Major. Though ideally, we wouldn't have to meet quite so often. Bet you'd miss me if we didn't. Let's not get carried away. Anyway, here's your mission briefing. Morden escaped captivity following the incident on Garbage Island. Again? No interruptions, please. Since escaping, he's been busy freeing his old friends, most of whom were waiting for their day in court. Little by little, he scraped together enough forces to build a base here in Sirocco City, over the objections of the locals, of course. And it goes without saying that an open conflict in an urban area would have devastating consequences and prove fatal for said locals. That's why you've chosen to send a small team to infiltrate the city and take out Morden. And that's where I come in. Not so fast, Rossi. The path to Morden's guarded by 3 massive war machines. Seems they're playing coy with us, keeping out of sight. But all is not lost. The rebels have seized territories in the Argon Palm Desert, the Haircanet Tombs, and the Soursop Jungle. If we liberate these areas, the war machines will be forced to abandon their positions and intervene. And Morden? Are you sure we'll be able to capture him this time? Morden relies on his low-life friends. We should keep an eye out for any chance to break those alliances up. In the meantime, the ball's in your court. Make your way through the battlefield and head to Morden's base in Sirocco City. Yes, ma'am. Peregrine Falcons, head out. All right, sick. Peregrine Falcons. Rad. Okay, what is this? So this is our starting point, and we can kind of choose where we want to go based on what rewards we may want. So we've got coins here. These can be used at the outpost established after liberating each region. Any unspent coins will be converted into credits at the end of the campaign. Credits are a currency gained at the end of each campaign. They can be spent to unlock various upgrades for each character, as well as weapon mods and rerolls on reward selections. Okay. So, I don't know if we're gonna, like, exclude a path or if we can get all of these things or what, but let's just start over here and see what happens. Kill all enemies. Secondary objective, take less than 7 HP of damage. Deal. Looks like we have an explosive here. Ooh, I get to place my units. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So, do we want to start all together? Do we want to start separate? I mean, it's kind of a guess. You with your bombs will put you down there. Actually, maybe I should put you here. Can I undo that? Oh, I can just click. Yeah, I see. So then bomb guy goes there. And you can go here.
Mission.
See how it feels.
Start.
Okay, so turn order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Use scroll wheel to switch between 2 overlaid elevation levels. For instance, to target an enemy, a tile or enemy hidden behind a building. Okay. I gotcha. So what I'm thinking is, certain missions have different elevation levels. Most weapons cannot target units on other elevation levels. Characters can only climb up or down 1 elevation level at a time. Use elevation wisely to protect yourself and block your opponents. Okay. If I wanted to... So you can get all the way down here. Like, that's pretty massive. You get a ton of adrenaline, you get the 3 cover. You're in range of this guy. And then if I put you here, and you... I don't know that you're going to have the range here. Maybe I could put you up there, and you can just fight this guy and have protection for now. And then we have a sync attack. And then we have the standard attack that will kill. And it said this ammo that in the special weapon that gets refilled at the end of, is it at the end of levels or at the end of the campaign? Oh, maybe that's what this is. If we do this objective, yeah, refills ammunition for all of the team's special weapons. When obtained as a reward for a main objective, also grants a strategic asset. Okay, yeah, I follow. So I probably shouldn't be too shy. And see, we are getting that kill with just that attack, but we're still seeing the sync there, so that wasn't necessary. Now that bounce ignores the unit's movements. The unit's movements ignore elevation differences on this one, which is pretty cool. Let's get you over here. And then... what if I wanted to nudge here? How would that work? Moves the targeted unit 1 to 3 tiles from position. But I can do this after a regular attack, right? Oh, now that's interesting because, yeah, that will trigger the sync because he can hit that tile next to me. I do have the damage protection. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, then you can't, so after you do the attack, you cannot do the adrenaline thing. Is that? I would have to do that before, maybe. Okay. So we've taken 2. Taking 0 there. These guys are going to run towards us. So this guy likes to stand still. He didn't move a lot last time either. But now I need to generate momentum. So this, we could kind of do something similar here, because this attack will trigger the sink from the one above. And I'll be protected from that. Because he's going to throw here. And if I wanted to, I could even come way out here. I don't have any cover benefits there. But if I do that, then I won't have like a regular attack on anybody in this position. But what it does mean is that my single attack here triggers all the sinks. But is that overkill? Because I might not need it. Yeah, I do need it, but then we can just use the attack from up here anyway. If we wanted to. Let's see this, and we'll see what happens, because we can always move him after. Okay. So then, what we could do... Head down here, lob this over top. That gives a sink, which doesn't really do anything in that situation. Should be careful from that. This guy could hit me here. Do I want to go up top? Interesting conundrum. Let's just go here. The unit's next attack using a weapon has +1 hits per attack. So you would put that on and then fire this. Or I could just use the machine gun. I feel like if I'm gonna fully refill everybody, like I should be spamming these way more. You know? I do have a bonus move here if I want it. Okay. So we've taken 3 out of 7. 4 out of 7. It's gonna be close. But we do have, we got something nice here, I can see. So him, I still don't want to mess with him too much just yet. What I might just do here, do one of these, but do we have this too? Yeah, the grenade launcher. Oh, but they have to be a little further away. This will trigger all the sinks because she's going to shoot him, he's going to shoot there. But this guy's, it's not really ideal, but it's fine. Unless we will shoot down there now, that would be cool. Okay, yeah, sweet. So it takes that all into account. That's awesome. Okay, so you get your bounce move. So I'm thinking that for now, we don't necessarily go into his area. Let's try and stay out of it still. We do still have our actions, but we're gonna wait. I don't have like a turn timer or anything yet. I imagine that there's probably some of that. So this could probably be grenade launcher time. Yeah. And then you could go here. You would get your sync off from that. That's probably all we really need. He's gone.
Victory!
Dude, okay. Okay, so we could be a lot more... Getting this, like, that's big. 2 frags, 3 sync attacks, KOs. They get, like, a little MVP thing. That's sweet. Enemy response in 2 missions. What does that mean? Tracks all their stats. Arsenal rewards offer a choice between 3 mods. Primary weapons can equip 2 mods at once. Special weapons can equip up to 3 at once. Cool. So let's see. Arsenal rewards offer a choice between 3... Yeah, okay, we just read that. So, where are we looking here? Choose a mod. So max ammo plus 3, but slow. And can I read that? Fio equips the mods on machine gun. Refuse for 15. AoE S replaces the weapon's area of effect. Oh, that's... Okay, so that changes up its hit pattern. Or Instigator. Each time this attack triggers synchronization, +1 damage dealt by synchronizing characters during the attack. Okay, that's cool. Supplies slow, reducing the unit's movement range by 2 tiles for a turn, and gives a bunch of extra max ammo. I like this Instigator because we're doing a pretty good job with those synchronizations. So if he's the attacker, the other ones will get extra damage output. So let's choose that one.
Supply drop.
Okay, so you can see it here. Confirm. Weapons reloaded.
You're great.
Marco promoted to rank 1. Okay, so for Marco, they level up when finishing missions with a full XP gauge. They gain a choice between 3 skills chosen randomly between special actions and passives. I kind of like this nature of like, okay, here's the 3 options that you're randomly getting, and you have to pick one. So we've got Knuckle Box. This deals 3 HP of damage, range 1 to 4. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Single target. Audacity, at the start of each turn, reduces the cost of a random special action by 1 until its next use. So these could become super cheap, but this is already very cheap, so I don't know if that's the best thing to grab right now. And then Ricochet fires 2 projectiles, deals 4 HP of damage. The second projectile starts from the first point of impact. So you could bounce into a couple of people, it seems. I think I'm just going to take Knucklebox here. Now for Airy, we've got, this is our grenade chucker here. We have Explosive Jump. Deals 4 damage to adjacent units. Moves Airy to the targeted tile. Deals 4 HP of damage to adjacent units. Okay. That's kind of neat. But it's also a little dangerous. Close range blast deals 3 HP of damage. No cover. Ignores cover when dealing damage. Okay. If the target dies, Airy gains a bonus action. That's pretty big. But it's only 3 HP, so they have to be low. And Stylish. Each time the unit hits at least 2 enemies with 1 attack, we gain 2 adrenaline. So we could ramp up our adrenaline usage a lot faster. Interesting. Maybe we take this thing so we can ignore cover. We haven't had that as an issue yet, but certainly some enemies are going to take cover, and then we're going to be like, well, how do I deal enough damage to these guys? So we'll try that. Close range blast. And then Fio here, we've got regeneration. Each time they use a special action like this nudge, they're healed for half of the action's cost. So this would be like 1.5, so probably 2. Killing spree, each time this unit contributes to a frag, 1 damage dealt till the start of the next turn. And flashback, gains 2 adrenaline. So it costs 7, you gain 2. Applies flashback. After using an action, the unit gains a bonus action. I mean, that seems pretty good. 7 adrenaline. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay. So yeah, we were here. It looks like once we capture this, we can go anywhere. Now, you probably want to clear the entire map, I would imagine. But we'll see. So next mission we're going to do is this one. But I'll wrap it up here for today to take a look at this. If you guys like this, please let me know. I would be down to play more of it. And check it out for yourselves down below. This is really neat. And I can see like the way that this is leveling with the randomness. Everyone's going to have these different builds. Kind of reminds me like in style a little bit of War Pips, a game I had a really good time with last year. And I love the Metal Slug art style. This arcadey vibe, it's really cool, but you can tell like the tactics here is going to get pretty deep. We're early on and we're on like a normal difficulty, but I'd be curious to see how this scales. So anyways, please let me know your thoughts. Love to hear them, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye for now.